A human rights group that's calling on Washington to lift a ban on inter-country adoptions in Nepal.
The group Both Ends Burning met with leaders in Washington, D.C. last week, fighting to open adoption between American families and Nepali orphans. As WENY's Asha McKenzie tells us, the fight hits close to home for a Southern Tier family. Asha?
John and Renata Sherilyn Keegan of Elmira Heights says she joined the advocacy group in Washington, D.C. because of her special ties to Nepal.
When we realized on that same day of adoption that I would not get a visa for her, and in fact I would have to return without her, it was obviously one of the most difficult days to go through.
Sherilyn Keegan of Elmira Heights adopted 6-year-old Junu in December 2010 in Nepal when she was just 3 years old. But when Keegan was ready to take her daughter home to the Southern Tier, she was told she couldn't. That's because a U.S. Department of State investigation halted adoptions in Nepal due to unreliable documentation. The U.S. had difficulty determining whether the children were orphans under U.S. law.
It was kind of hard because I never talked. I was just like that, quiet.
Junu spent 6 weeks in an orphanage while Sherilyn fought to prove her new daughter's orphan status, costing upwards of $70,000. And she's not alone. The U.S. Embassy completed 62 other cases, costing each family an average of $25,000.
I guess you never know what journey you're on in life in general, but I wouldn't change it.
After investigating for 82 days, the U.S. Embassy found there was no evidence of fraud. And on April 2, 2011, Sherilyn was able to bring Junu home. But an adoption suspension in Nepal remains in place. Now human rights group Both Ends Burning is looking to end it and give those children homes.
What we are doing is trying to protect the family unit for children, whether that means adoption or reunification. And so the purpose of the Nepal report was to show how the U.S. had, through its foreign policy, really abdicated that responsibility to the Nepali orphan children.
Both Ends Burning says they will continue to call on Congress to review the actions of the Department of State on the adoption suspension. Asha McKenzie, WENY News.